Hey everyone, it's Joy here and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a really awesome day. Today I am sharing some products from Spellbinders. This is a shaped foil plate and I'm going to show you how we got those beautiful florals on that. So here is that shaped, this is the oval shaped floral plate. I know it has a proper name, which is listed and linked for you below. But we are going to do some foiling so we can have like the negative foil to use on this plate. So I am coming in with the Geo Foliage Glimmer plates, and I'm just going to be using the leaves and flowers. I'm not worried about the die cuts or anything like that because I want to foil this like I have foiled it before for a different project so I can have the negative leftover foil, if that makes sense. So if you ever are foiling and you've got some leftover foil, keep it, because these solid shapes, you can use that negative foil, but I didn't have any on hand, so I had to create some. So I'm just going to put these in place. Of course, I'm coming in with my Aura foil because, you know, it's my favorite. And so I'm going to tape these in place and foil this, and I can keep this later for another project that I'm not going to use on this project. I also want to say that I'm sorry I haven't really had any newer videos out recently. I have been really sick all last week and still recovering this week, still sick, but able to do some stuff. So I made this card tried to make this card last week when I was in the middle of being sick. And so I kind of struggled through it. I'm not going to lie. I was not feeling good, but on the road to recovery. So now I can do the voiceover and get this up for you guys. So thank you guys for being patient. I was putting out some other videos that I kind of had in my stash, but nothing was brand new. So thank you again for being understanding. Okay, so I'm getting these in place. I probably could have done this an easier way, but again, I really was feeling awful, and I have to tell you, brain power was not on go. So now that those are in place, I can put this onto my Glimmer hot foil machine, run it through my die cut machine nice and slow, just like you would normally when you're going to foil something. So I'm going to peel this back, and you can see those beautiful foiled images, but we're going to set those aside. But you can see that piece of negative foil. This is what we're going to use now on a piece of cardstock. And I think I used this on the Glimmer specialty cardstock. I'm going to put that plate in place, make a hinge, of course, and then just foil this like I normally would. So now when I first peeled this up, it did not foil great, and I think I needed another shim. So you can see that big open spot, which is why I have my hinge on there. But I couldn't add another piece of foil, so I had to add a shim, which just was another little piece of cardstock, ran that through again. Now you can see that it looks really good. It does have a couple little areas that weren't foiled great, but there was nothing I could do about that, so I actually just went with it. I am using some classic oval dies from Spellbinders. I have no idea. I have to look and see if they still have these. So when I make my list to link below, but if not, just use some oval die. I'm going to die cut that out. I just tape that in place and run that through my die cut machine. Then I'm using a Tailored Expressions Chantilly stencil, and I'm taping that in place. And actually, I want to run this through my die cut machine because I want to make kind of an embossed background. So I have the Spellbinders Platinum 6, and I just used the sandwich of like the purple shim and the little tan foam rubber piece. And now we've got this beautiful stencil that made us a great background. I have Speckled Egg, Distress Oxide ink, and my brayer, and I'm going to add some ink to that, and I'm going to lightly roll over the raised area. So now I said that my Glimmer had a little bit of defect, but I actually liked it. It looks old in a way, so I thought, you know, let's just make a distressed old background, and we'll just get that whole feel, because there was not really anything I could do about it, and I did not feel good enough, you guys, to restart this card over. So I just went with it, which actually I think works out great because we always have issues with cards, and I think we have to learn how to kind of move forward with it. I'm using some antique linen around the edges, and then I actually brought back in the Speckled Egg and added a little bit more of that around the edges just to age this. But isn't that background so pretty with using the brayer over that embossed stencil? I just think it turned out so good. But then here is that Speckled Egg bringing that in, which I really think added a lot to this card. I'm going to pop up that center oval with some foam tape because you know how I like dimension. But first, let's color it. I brought in some markers, some Copic markers, YG63 and I believe YG61. This is that Glimmer specialty cardstock, so it doesn't color like regular cardstock, but I actually really like how Copic markers look on it. Almost gives it a watercolor look, but I just wanted to add a little something. I didn't want those images to be left white, and I have to tell you, totally in love with how this looked. But you can see some of the little defects there in the foil, but I don't think it looks bad. But obviously, if you guys don't love it, just start the project over and foil it again. I am using Honeybee Stamps Bitty Buzzwords. I'm going to use Love. And then I stamped 2 other sentiments, but I only actually ended up using one of them. I'm going to stamp the word love in Speckled Egg and then the other in black ink. And there is a coordinating die that goes along with this stamp set for the word love, so I die cut the word love with that. And then I trimmed out the other ones with my paper trimmer. So there I popped up that centerpiece with foam tape. I'm going to pop up the other 2 sentiments with foam tape as well. I decided against the Sending You sentiment. So this sentiment says, all of my love is what it's going to say. I'm just going to put that on the upper right-hand side along with the other sentiment. And then of course I'm going to come in with my Gold Fever confetti from Studio Katia, my most favorite. It also matches that Aura foil. It both has like an iridescence to it, and I just am in love with it. So I'm just going to put a few of those around. And this background is trimmed down about 1/16 of an inch on all sides, and I will adhere this to a white A2 size card base, so it will give it a nice little white mat around the edge. Using my Barely Art glue, and I think that's the Crystal Katana, I think it is. Or that's the one from Studio Katia, I don't remember. But here's the card, it's completely finished. I hope that you guys enjoyed this project. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you've seen, please subscribe to my channel, comment, like, share, hit the notification bell so you do not miss a video. And I will be back with another video. Thank you guys again, bye.